Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Story Time. I thought I did this one, but I don't think I did this one. Story, that is. But, it's brought to you. It's not brought to you by nobody. But I'm going to do this beer. Fancy glasses, huh? Founders Brewing Backwoods Bastard Ale aged in oak bourbon barrels. Okay, 11%. I knew what I was getting into. Okay, it's pretty darn fresh. Oh, it's pretty fresh. You know, if I made a beer, there would be no label. It would be that embossed, that raised part. Beer, you know. Like a golden color, like a motor oil color. Anyways, my story today is about. This goes back. I'm gonna say around 10 years ago. All right. We lived in our other place. My son had a workout bench, and I put all the weights on it. And I can't remember how much weight there was, probably like 50 pounds. No, I can't remember how much weight there was. Well, I bench pressed it. Later that night, I woke up. To a pain. And I'm up in bed, and I'm like, hurting, my side. And my wife woke up, and I was like, I don't know what the heck this is. I thought when I bench pressed that thing, I twisted something, you know? Well, over the years, like when I was working there, and even when I was single, I ate a lot of ramen. A damn packet, no more. I make my own. And hot dogs and sunflower seeds, the salted ones. So you know where I'm going with this. A lot of salt. And I rarely drank water at work. I drank coffee in the morning. I might have a cup of water at lunchtime, and that was it. I did that for years. Well, it came back. So that happened at one time. And then go about, I would say 2 years later, a year and a half, 2 years later, I'm driving to work with my son. Yeah, this was probably maybe 3 years later. I'm not sure. And I'm driving to work with my son. And all of a sudden I started getting a pain. And I was like, I'm driving and I'm just gripping the steering wheel as hard as I can. And I was like, it just hurt. It hurt. Oh my God, did it hurt. It hurt so bad. I said, I got to pull off. I pulled off the side of the highway and I got out and I just started throwing up. I'm heaving. I'm going at it. And after that, I'm like, all right, I went to work. Well, my God, did that hurt. Enough to make me throw up. So, fast forward, probably another 2 or 3 years. I'm at home. We only had one car. We had one car for like a long time, but at this time we had 2 cars. I can't remember. I was in pain. I was in such pain. It was, I can't remember what day it was on. It might have been on a Saturday. I was in so much pain. I told my wife, you got to take me to the hospital. And I was wondering why it was taking her so long. She was only 15 minutes away, and I just started walking down the street. She picked me up, took me to the hospital, and I knew at this point I had an idea what happened, what it was. So we go there, and we go to the emergency room and the front desk and all this other stuff, and I says, here, I think it's kidney stones. So they said, okay. So they take me, put me in a room somewhere, and wheel me down to this machine. It was that big CAT scan. I don't know what the heck it was. It circled around me, made some noises. Then I did a sonogram and all this other hoopla crap. And yes, it was kidney stones. And well, they actually hooked me up to some morphine. And they asked me how hard is the pain, and I was like, it's a 9. And I looked at the wall, and they had these happy face and to a frown face, and I was like, oh, that's a 9. It was a 9, man. I'll tell you what. And they hooked me up to that thing, and I could feel the pain just slowly going away. And here I was out. And I guess my wife says there was an alarm going off, and the lady kept coming in there saying I had sleep apnea or something. I don't know. So I think that has to do something with your feet. Smelly feet or something. So I go through all the tests, and they said, yeah, this is what the problem is and everything. I started going to a urologist, and I had to talk to him, and he I guess you know you're married long enough where you're comfortable enough for your wife to be in the same room when you get a prostate exam. I guess, So, got all that done, and he told me, he looked at the charts and the images and stuff, and he says, yeah, it was this and this and this, and you drink lemon juice, and that dissolves it. And I was making lemon juice. I was doing shots of lemon juice in the morning for like a long time. And I stopped eating ramen noodles with that packet. I stopped using that packet. I was getting rid of that crap. I make my own, salt-free, and you can't eat mushrooms because that contributes to kidney stones. There was a list of stuff you couldn't eat and everything. They say you can, if you treat yourself. I was like, no, I'm not treating myself. No. So, yeah, that was a pretty bad pain. And I think I might have, he said, yeah, you will have a couple more that are going to go through, but they're not as big as the one that went through. And that was pretty big, but not enough to go into do surgery or anything. So drink plenty of liquids. I drink a half gallon of water in 2 hours. I'm at work. I used to do a gallon the whole day in 8 hours. But in the past, it's easier for me. In the past, probably 2 months, I drink a half gallon in 2 hours, and then I drink the rest of the half gallon throughout the day. So I'm hydrated, sucker. I am hydrated. And I'll come home and have a beer. But yeah, that hurt pretty bad. So I rarely ever use salt in anything. And because food there's a lot of food that contains a lot of salt. That is Chinese food, lots of salt and stuff. I once in a while we'll get Chinese food, but it isn't too often at all. And I stay hydrated and everything, so I don't want that to happen again. I had a few of them pass. I had to strain my piss, and I had to pee in this thing, and it was $600 to get that thing tested. Actually, the hospital, when I went to the emergency room, I had to pay $2,000 up front. Yeah, here's a check, $2,000 for this. I don't know, but we had health insurance and stuff. But it was $600 for them to scan that thing, and my insurance, I don't know, it wouldn't pay $600, so I had to pay that. And I went through all kinds of tests and everything, and they said it was fine. They're looking for blood in my urine. And I was like, okay, that's not a problem or anything like that. But yeah, that was a pretty painful crap in my life. And this is a very good beer. I like it. Founders, I like all the Founders. There was one I didn't like. Oh, gross. It's thick. It's a good sipping beer. I could taste the oak barrels, bourbon. That is fantastic. I give that an A right off the bat. So there you go. That's one of my stupid stories, and it was, yeah. I don't want to go through that again. So that's why I'm drinking. Yeah, ever since then I drink a gallon of water a day at work. So there you go. I think I'm done here, and I gotta get working on my bathroom. I'm working on the bathroom, and I don't know if I posted it up. I got all of the walls ripped off, the tile, ceiling, floor, everything. Bathtub out, vanity out, medicine cabinet out, sconces out. It's stripped down. We have the toilet, we have new light bar, we have the vanity, we have the medicine cabinet, we don't have the shower base. We got the walls, we got all the adhesive, all the fittings, and everything. Shower heads and pipes and everything. So that's in another video. So I might even be done with it by the time I post this damn thing up. So I guess I'll see you in the next one. This is very good. Pick up some pounders. Backward bastard. Bastards. Oh, bastard. Okay. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.